This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham, and I have got Alfred von Merbach with me and Patty Koslag. You're both with the Hospice Hub, run out of Perth, but you got a big catchment area.
Yes, very good.
What is your catchment area?
So we serve basically what the Perth-Smith Falls Hospital serves. We serve Perth, Smith Falls, Portland, Westport areas.
Okay, and you're fairly new too. You've been working at this for about a year now.
Yes.
So let's talk about what the Hospice Hub is about.
So we want to be a hub for those in the last stage of life, those who are dying and their caregivers and family and friends. And we hope to, we're evolving, of course, we're only a year old. We're just starting to do some home support. We want to eventually move into day hospice and eventually build a hospice building for the community.
And right now you're situated, you have an office on Lewis Street in Perth.
We have an office on Lewis Street in Perth, yes.
Okay, and that's where to find you.
And a website and social media.
Absolutely.
So the Hospice Hub, yes.
Okay, you got lots of events going on, and Alfred, that's one of the reasons you're here. You're one of the volunteers with the Hospice Hub, but you're also the lead in the fundraiser for the Polar Plunge this year.
Yes.
Hence the hat, the polar bear hat.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah, it's very exciting that the Hospice Hub is the recipient for this is the 31st Polar Bear Plunge. And, you know, we've got an ambitious target, hoping to break the record and raise a whole bunch of money that would really help us be able to go to that next step of having a day hospice. Mm-hmm. So there will be lots coming up on that. So we hope to launch it on to have the website and the donation site where people can register on November 1st. So there'll be lots of information, and then check again at the hospice website. And that's when we're hoping all kinds of people will register to plunge, or find somebody to plunge for them, or just to pledge somebody they know to make a donation. And yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
I've been there for many years. I haven't plunged. I go to take pictures, but you have some regulars. You'll have some regulars that come out and support it every year as well too. Have you ever jumped?
I've done it over 10 times, so yeah, and I've organized for quite a few groups in the past, so it just happened. This is a perfect fit of what could I do for the Hospice Hub. Well, the plunge, yeah, I can do that.
This is perfect. This is perfect. Absolutely. Now you're a volunteer too. You've gone through some training.
Yeah, we did the first cohort. There were about 16 or 18 of us who went through a 9-week course, and so just every week, sort of 3 or 4 hours to just learn how to be with people. What are some of the ways in which the things you have to be aware of? Yeah, it was a really
training
powerful.
Isn't taken lightly. You have
No.
to. There's lots of training involved to be able to be a volunteer.
And
with
just to
with
know
hospice.
all of the other resources that are out there. It isn't, you know, there are a whole bunch. What the paramedicine program is doing is like
wonderful.
exciting, and learning all kinds of things. So it was, yeah, it was a really good program, and there's another one coming up, I think. Is that right,
Yes,
Pat?
there is. There's another one starting in November.
Have you got?
We've had such an interest
yes.
from the community for volunteering that we're starting a second training. And it is starting on November 6th.
November 6th.
So again, the website has the information, and if anyone's interested in volunteering with the Hospice Hub, in many capacities, they can go on our website and see the many ways they can help. We'd love to have them, and so they would just need to go to the website and contact us and express their interest.
Absolutely, absolutely, and like the training involved too. You're not just with the person and going through this journey of their life. You're with their caregivers. You're with family.
Yes.
It's a package.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now you've got some events going on too. You're very, very busy.
We do have some events. We have a fundraiser because we really need funds.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fundraiser on October 20th. It's honoring Anne McMattin, who was a musician in the community and really used her music to gift everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be music at St. Paul's United Church, and all the donations for that event will go to the Hospice Hub. Then we have another very big event. It's going to be on November 28th in the afternoon. It's at the Oakfield Rugby Park.
Oh yes.
Yes, and we have 2 doctors who have written a book, Hope for the Best, Plan for the Rest. Everyone should read it. It's an excellent book. It uses story to make the point, And it tells you how to navigate a life-changing diagnosis for you, for your caregiver, the responsibility that you have to make sure that your values are met. And it's quite an excellent book. And they're going to be presenting at this Education Day, Palliative Care Education Day. The Perth Hospital and the Hospice Hub are hosting it. They're members of the Hospital Palliative Committee. And all the members of the committee will have pop-up booths, and there'll be so much learning there and so much opportunity to ask questions. And the first 75 people get a free book.
Wow.
So,
And what's your capacity then? If 75 people, how many people can fill the room? I've been there before.
Park
It's
is,
a big
it's
facility.
over 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you've
So
got
that's a really big event. We're
Okay.
really excited about. These two doctors will be there. They're just finished touring Europe with their book, and yeah,
Wow,
really
okay.
down to earth, really easy to read book, and yeah, it'll be a worthwhile event for sure.
Do you have to register for this event?
I don't think you do, but it wouldn't hurt if you want. Oh yes, register online at thehospisehub.ca. Yes,
Okay.
you do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, you got two great events going on too. This is a beautiful church that you're going to be listening to
Yes.
the music in. They have rebuilt it just for
Yeah.
you know the sound and everything like that. That's going to be beautiful.
Yes. And then, of course, we have the volunteer training. We spoke about that. And we have a bereavement group starting on November 4th in Perth. We have two running already in Perth and Smith Falls. And so that starts November 4th, and people need to register for that as well. So, and we have, so the bereavement program, we have one-to-one companioning. We have a walking group, small bereavement walking group. We have a 6-week bereavement group. Now we're starting to use Dr. Bill Webster's work. So there's a video and then a discussion, and that's 6 weeks. And then we do a couple of those, and then we'll follow up with a second session of 6 weeks to enhance what we've already covered and take us a little further down.
Yeah, that's a huge part of the hospice too. Is you know, once the person has passed, your support is not done.
No,
No.
definitely not done. And, you know, with COVID, we have a lot of delayed grief as well. People haven't had a space to really process their grief. So it's never too late to come out and ask for help, just to reach out and talk with someone.
Absolutely.
Because our culture is a little anti, well, not anti, but we just don't have the language for grief. We don't know how to talk about it, and we don't want to make it worse for anybody, so we don't talk about it. And so,
And so often people want to.
oh,
They want to.
Yeah.
yeah, and they're worried that they're going crazy. You know, they've got this cluster of emotions, and they don't know what to do with them. And so we create this safe space to talk about them, and perhaps give some tools and ideas of, you know, moving forward and how to cope. And it's just a very validating space for people who are grieving.
Yeah, absolutely. And you, hospice can also help that somebody going through the grief as well too, because you yourself, you may not know, should I talk about it? What do I do? You know,
Right.
what do I do?
Yeah.
How do I be supportive to somebody that's going through this
Exactly.
journey? So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, there's two facets there.
Yeah.
There's,
Mhm.
I don't want to tell anybody how I'm feeling because they might think I'm crazy.
Yep.
And I don't want to ask you how you're feeling because I don't want to make it worse.
Right. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. There's so many fundamentals when it comes to the support you get at a hospice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we welcome anyone who wants to, you know, walk with their grief and share that journey with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So have you got any more events going on? Or?
Oh,
This
well,
is enough. Holy cow! This will get you to Christmas.
I know, and we have, well, the bereavement group starts November 4th with pre-registration. Then we have so November 19th is the National Grief and Bereavement Day.
Right.
And on November 17th, we are going to have an afternoon. Hopefully it will be in Smith Falls. We're still working out the details. But it's stories of grief and hope. And we're going to have a couple of people who have had a grief journey share that, where they were and where they are now. And we will have music, some live music. We have some lovely loud musicians in our volunteer group. and we'll have refreshments.
Now, are you a musician? Because you got a
Not me,
voice.
no.
I was just going to
Yeah,
say, you
I
have
know,
a
yes.
voice. We were saying you've got a radio or TV voice.
He could read one of our books.
Oh, yeah.
Love to.
Yeah, so that's November 17th. So again, the website will have the details. And then in December, we have 2 evenings of remembrance. So that's an evening just where we stop time and remember our dead during the high season of Christmas and Hanukkah.
Right.
And that one in Smith Falls and one in Perth. One at Lannan's, who have been extremely supportive of our grief programs, and one at the Lifestyles Retirement Residence in Perth.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. You certainly are busy. You certainly are busy.
Yeah.
Now, I know we've booked some interviews here at FYI. We have people coming from the Hospice Hub on a monthly basis just to keep everybody up to date and in touch with everything that's going on at the Hospice Hub, because you've got so much going on too.
Great.
So your event on October 20th?
Right?
Yeah, that one is just show up. That's at the church.
Show up and
Yep.
donations at the door,
That's
and
right.
all donations will go to the Hospice Hub.
And your 7 essential keys to palliative care. You want people to register for that?
November 28th at the Oakfield Rugby Park. Please register, yes.
Okay, and your polar plunge, we start November 1st?
November 1st is when you can register. The plunge happens, as always, on 10 o'clock on New Year's Day at the Legion. We work with the Royal Canadian Legion in Perth, and you'll hear lots more about
Absolutely,
it
we will.
as we're really
Absolutely will.
just get going.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll do well. I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll do well. Thank you very much for coming here today and
thanks
telling
for
us more
having
about the
us.
Hospice Hub and everything you're doing. And we look forward to see who's coming next month to tell us more about what's going on.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank you
for
for
joining
having
us.
us.
Once again, I've got Alfred von Murbach and I've got Patty Koslake from the Hospice Hub. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Kathy.